Hey, this is Matt. Once again, welcome back to another video. This is another paid request, this time for Gunnel. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos or topics, reactions, reviews, re-reviews, randomness, out of the blueness, whatever it may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for the film She's All That from 1999, which I know there's another film I reviewed that was kind of the same plot. Gotta be honest, I already forgot what that movie was called. I apologize. But it shows how much that film meant to me, I guess. But I do remember saying that. This is like She's All That. It is, but this film was better. Even though it's from the director of From Justin to Kelly, the movie that had like two people who won or were involved with American Idol in a film that no one gave a shit about. But what makes the film work is that I do think it's better paced than that other film that I can't remember the name of. I do think it's better paced. The cast is much better. There's really nice chemistry between the two leads. There's a sweetness to it. Very nostalgic soundtrack. Kiss me, ba-da-da-da. Freddie Prinze Jr., who at this time, he wasn't a great actor, but I thought I could deal with him. I could deal with him in I Know What You Did Last Summer. He was one of the only things I could deal with, and I still know what you did last summer. I know, shoot me. I could deal with him in movies, even in this. Nowadays, he grew up to be a prick. Bashes Star Wars fans. Oh, if you don't like The Last Jedi, hey, these movies are made for kids, dude. I'm like, dude, you're most known for being fucking Scooby-Doo. Fred and Scooby-Doo. Sorry, you're the star of Wing Commander. Didn't really set the world on fucking fire. Shut the fuck up. Freddie Putz Jr. But at least here, he has a bit of sweetness to it, even though he's the jock. He's a bit full of himself, but there's still a sweet quality to the character. I do think he worked well with Rachael Leigh Cook. Beautiful, even in her nerd. I say this because even with glasses, she looks beautiful. And then when she gets cleaned up, looks beautiful as well. And the setup is Freddie Prinze Jr., he's a popular guy. His girl dumps him for this other guy played by Matthew Lillard, who was a reality TV guy in the movie. I guess the character was on The Real World. He got kicked out of The Real World. And I like Matthew Lillard. Matthew Lillard I've always enjoyed. He was in Hackers. He had a small, brief role in Ghoulies 3. Ghoulies Go to College. He was in... He was a great Shaggy in Scooby-Doo, and that's why they've used him for a lot of the voice work in the Shaggy... Which, I don't know why the fuck they did that movie Scoob, and it's like, nah, let's not get Matthew Lillard. Let's get someone else. And it's like, really? Like, this guy who's been doing Shaggy for a while, who's willing to do it, and... Okay, well, fuck you then. I'm not seeing your movie. And no one else did either. That's why people already forgot about that fucking movie. It's not the only reason, but still. But I like Matthew. 13 Ghosts I enjoyed. I mentioned Hackers he was in. Scream. I think at one time Matthew, him and Freddie Prinze Jr. were friends. Because they did a few other films. I think they were together in a baseball movie. I think Summer Catch. Of course, they were in the Scooby-Doo films. I think Matthew Lillard, I could be wrong, but Matthew Lillard at one point said that Freddie Prinze Jr. pretty much ghosted him. I don't know if it was because of Sarah Michelle Gellar or something else, but I'm sure there's something online about that. I was, okay. Seems like Prinze is even more of a dick. Could be wrong. You also have Paul Walker, may he rest in peace. plays Freddie Prinze Jr.'s buddy. Early role for Paul Walker. This is around the time he's doing films like The Skulls. And it'd be just a few years later, he'd be in The Fast and the Furious. And take off with that. And Paul Walker was a guy that I thought, man, he got better as he went along. Meaning, he does fine in this, but I like Brick Mansions. This film he did called Vehicle 19, which was interesting because the entire film was shot from inside a vehicle. It was an action film where a guy rented a car, and then the camera never left the inside of the car. I thought, okay, that's kind of it has its flaws, but that's an intriguing idea for a movie. And Hours was fantastic. Hours, where he's a father who's protected his baby, who's on life support, and this flood happens, and everyone left. He stayed there because everyone left, and he's keeping his baby alive. He's got to pump this life support thing to recharge. He's got to keep doing that while he also got to try to get help and survive. If you've never seen Hours, check out Hours as soon as possible. But yeah, it showed that he was on his way to doing bigger, better stuff. And people always say he was a nice guy, and that makes it even more sad. I'm like, wow, this is a guy I'm actually looking forward to his movies, and I think he's getting better as an actor, and then that bullshit happens. But other people, yeah, Anna Paquin, she's in here. I think she played Freddie Prinze Jr.'s sister, I believe. She would be Rogue in the X-Men movies. Tim Pollock, who is Arnold Schwarzenegger's partner in End of Days. He was in The Usual Suspects. He was in that movie Hostage I reviewed not too long ago with Bruce Willis. Usher, he's in the film. You got quite a few actors in this. I think I can't remember his name. I'll think about it for a minute. But yeah, the cast worked very well in the movie. They helped carry the picture. And I didn't even talk about the story, but the story's simple. Freddie Prinze Jr.'s girlfriend dumped him. His popularity is waning. Paul Walker comes up and goes, you know what? Let's make a bet. We got about 8 weeks till graduation. Make you a bet. Since you say that girlfriend didn't matter and anybody could be in her position, I will pick out a girl. You make her the prom queen. And then picks Rachael Leigh Cook's character, who is... They never say she's ugly. They say she's scary and inaccessible. Meaning, you know, she's on her doing her own thing. Oh, Kieran Culkin. That's the guy I was thinking of. Macaulay Culkin's brother plays Rachael Leigh Cook's brother. Kieran Culkin, who I do like. And pretty much it's Freddie Prinze trying to get in contact with her, trying to talk to her. She's like, piss off. He tries to talk to her some more, get into her interests, her job, which during her job at a food place, a guy goes, supersize my balls. But it's not meant to be an insult, it's supersize. Remember we do supersize stuff? I remember, especially McDonald's. And then that fucking idiot made that stupid fucking documentary, Supersize Me, which was fucking stupid. Because you wanna know why it was stupid? Because if you eat... Wow, I didn't know that if you eat fast food every fucking day, 3 times a day, maybe your body would get fucked. Wow, I didn't know that. Give me money, and I'll just say, hey, I could say that in 5 fucking seconds. Eat fast food 3 times a day, every day, you get fucked. There you go. Give me the money. Then, because of that, they took away the Supersize Me. I'm like, motherfucker, not everybody eats it every goddamn day, 3 times a day, dude. Some of us eat it maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks. And if I go, maybe I want some supersized fries. Because I love the French fries. And you took that away, you fucking dumbass. Fuck you, you idiot. Fucking. If you do everything. Fuck, you did overdose on fucking water, dude. Yes, you can. You did overdose on water. You did overdose on vitamins. You did overdose on every fucking thing. Wow. Didn't know that was such a goddamn new piece of information. Duh. Wow, I could. If I eat 3 burgers and French fries and milkshakes and every meal 3 times a day, I could be a fat fuck? Wow, I didn't know that. Fucking dumbass. Sorry, now it's not a review of that. It's fuck. Fucking stupid. Anyway, you get these events that happen. There's the art show where she does this like weird stuff where the guy's coming out of a womb, but it's not. It's like symbolism, art, pretentious shit, and Freddie Prinze Jr. doesn't know what to do, so he does this hacky sack. Number one, it brings me back to is I do remember playing hacky sack in school, like before, or maybe a little bit after school. I was never that good at it, but hacky sack, for those who don't know, hacky sack is it's kind of a ball, but not really. It's kind of a felt fabric, and you have like a lot of little, not pebbles, but like sand. So, there's some weight to it, but if you hit it, there's room in it, because you don't want to fill all the way, otherwise it'd be a lot tougher and hurt your foot. And you kick it with the side of your foot, keep it up. Okay, like imagine this was a hacky sack, and this is your foot. Keep it up without hitting the ground, either with your own feet or to the other person. Boom. With the side of your foot, keep it up as long as possible. So that definitely takes me back. And you do a bit of insight to his character, where he's like, everyone's counting on you, Zack. Don't let it drop. You can't let it drop. So it's awkward, but at the same time, you get a bit in-depth info into his character, this pressure that he has onto himself. And despite a scene that seems weird and goofy at first, it's kind of a different type of way to, like I said, gather some insight to the character, sort of let the audience and this girl see a bit of himself that maybe doesn't show to other people. And like I said, like Freddie Prinze Jr., to be fair, does give a bit of sweetness to his performance. And like I said, he works well with Rachael Leigh Cook. And like I said, the soundtrack, Funk Soul Brother, let it out now. Funk Soul Brother, or kiss me. Ba-da-da-da. I can't do it. I'll just kill eardrums if I keep doing it. And it's Freddie Prinze Jr. bonding with the little brother. Oh, you want to play Sega? Okay, I'll play Sega. What are you doing here? The Rachael Leigh Cook says, hey, if you don't want to come to the beach, your brother invited me, and I guess it'll be a long afternoon of Sega. And like these other little events that keep going and going and going. Even like the prom, they put a little bit of fun, like choreography, and they added some scenes with Usher. So at least they do explain why they have choreography, because they have Usher there, and he mentions like, okay, do it like we practiced. So it's not just people out of the blue, you're doing these synchronized pieces of dancing during the prom. And the final, like, predictable, but it's not that she needed to change, it's that he needed to change and be better. And I didn't realize there's a fucking remake of this movie called He's All That, where some girl who's an influencer on TikTok and on her phone and sees this guy who's got some whatever, and it's pretty much the same plot, only puke-inducingly today's standards, where she's an influencer and fucking no charm, obviously no nostalgia, and it stars someone from fucking YouTube. So great. Shit cast, shit music, and a shit movie. It sucks. Don't see it. And apparently, reading up on it, M. Night Shyamalan did tweets on the script. I shit you not. M. Night Shyamalan apparently did some tweets and rewrites on the script. I'm surprised. Surprised he didn't put a fucking twist where at the end Freddie Prinze was dead the whole time, or Rachael Leigh Cook was a fucking zombie the whole time, or they're actually in purgatory because the whole prom died because someone poisoned the punch bowl, and or some other shit. But there you go. Maybe if you put some fucking rules onto him, maybe to be a better writer. I mean, not all the scenes work. I mean, there's a bit where, you know, these assholes are picking on Kieran Culkin and try to... One guy's picking his pubes and puts it on a pizza. And then Freddie Prinze Jr. stops him and goes, "Oh yeah? You guys want to pick on my buddy? You know, Kieran Culkin? Okay, you don't eat that pizza." And so the two boys eat pube-topped pizza. I say, you know, I don't know. I'm just not big on that type of gross out humor. I'm not a gross out humor guy. Just like I'm not a fart humor guy. It's just not my favorite type of comedy. But I mean, at least it's not wall to wall that. So at least there's that. And like I said, it's predictable. I mean, you kind of know where it's going. Not even kind of. You know where it's going. You know the trajectory. You know, sooner or she's going to find out about the bet. And she's going to be pissed. And then he's going to realize, wait a minute, I am a douche. And she was right. And you know what? I'm the one that needed to change. You're not the one that needed to change. Like, you know the steps where it's going. But, like I said, the cast... A lot of recognizable people here. The sweetness, chemistry between the two leads. Like I said, nostalgic soundtrack. Like the song when there's a bit with Matthew Lillard. There's a party and then Matthew Lillard starts going to business in the song and starts dancing to this music. And people are just like, what the hell is this guy doing? But like I said, I'm a fan of Matthew Lillard. I even liked... What was that movie? Without a Paddle. For what it was, I liked that one. Like I said, I like 13 Goes. I'm trying to think. And then overall, decent movie for what it is. I felt it went at a pretty decent fast pace. Didn't feel that bored. And 1999 was a pretty interesting year. Because think about it. You had The Matrix. You had Fight Club. You had The Blair Witch Project and The Sixth Sense. And Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Was it American Beauty? Yeah, a lot of films that people will look at and go, for better, for worse, for whatever it may be, felt like there was a change coming, and a lot of unique films during that year. And this film did pretty decent at the box office. You know, it made a decent amount of money. And you definitely would see more people like Freddie Prinze Jr. and others in films. Like I said, I think they did one, him and Matthew Lillard, called Summer Catch. And I think there was movies like Boys and Girls, and was it American Pie the same year, 99? I think it was. I don't know, maybe it was that film that... Probably the combination of those two films that you saw a lot more of these type of teen movies come out throughout the 2000s. Even like from Cruel Intentions to some of these other films. But yeah, I still think it's a pretty decent film for what it is. Despite its predictable nature, despite, not every set piece worked at the best, but yeah, I think that the cast definitely helped the overcome some of the strip's typical clichéness, if that makes sense. So, with that said, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye bye.